Good morning, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Giving you an update on, I haven't really given much of an update just lately. So here we are. This is materials I'll be using very well today. The insulation, such as it is, back and forth, look. I didn't know about this being available. It's double. So it's like an aluminum type finish on both sides for reflection the heat. So I've got plenty of materials now, but of course there's always a very small thing that I haven't got. It just seems inevitable for all my moulding, but I'm going to need more. The more that I get and come back and see where I can use it, the more I have to go back. So I've got my battery charged. That's a big thing. That's my DeWalt there for the nail gun. There's my transformer. So, as I think I mentioned, I thought my drill had crapped out. When I went in, I found that I could get a replacement chuck, because people upgrade their chucks on their drills so that they don't need to have a key. And so they do have one, but I decided that I should better take off the old one, which I didn't know how to do. So I popped in and saw my friend Nestor, the mechanic, and he fixed the drill. So I actually don't need to get a new chuck, which was quite a big hit. It was about, I think, 16 or 1700 pesos. But anyway, on to my job now. See, one of the problems, you wouldn't think this could be a problem, would you? But if you look at the silver roof outside, the heat that's reflected from that is quite incredible. It's not just the heat, it's the light. So especially when the sun comes around and it gets onto the center there, boy, it's actually hard to focus on the inside of the room, because your eyes are closed right down against that light. But if you can see, I'm actually getting there on the paneling now. Obviously after that's all gone in, you have to make good on the cracks and everything, but that's not going to take that long. So I'm looking there, got some outside cladding to fit, which I won't do. I'll get someone else who's younger and fitter than I am to go up on that ladder. So as you can see, I've chosen to do this horizontally, so the 8x4 sheets are going in horizontally, and then what it does is it makes it easier to handle the smaller parts which go in afterwards. See, so that's an offcut there that fitted perfectly. So I put that in horizontally as I'm describing it, and it goes in much easier. There's a half sheet there, there'll be another just more than a half sheet there, and then if you come around, so you can see I'm almost done. So I should be able to get the rest of the paneling on the walls done today, and then I'll be into the design for the ceiling, which the ceiling, as I've mentioned before, will insulate the ceiling. So all that insulation that I've got downstairs will be fitted onto the ceiling. And yes, of course, it does get hot, so it gets hard to work in here once the sun really goes into full drive. So I have to be careful, as anybody would, but of course, you know, for me especially at my age, I have to be careful about my reaction to extreme heat, which is what it is here. So I do have a fan, which I'll bring up in a little while, and I have to be careful, and I find that I can't work in this heat I can't actually work as long as I do downstairs, which is so much cooler. I have the doors open and the window and a fan, and it's quite doable. But this, I'll be handling the heavier materials. Got whole loads of cabinets to go over there. Beth wants doors and drawers on a new wardrobe setup, so that entire wall there will be taken up with that furniture. And then the bed, and then I'm going to have some small cabinet work over here for me. I really don't need that much, so mine will be fairly straightforward. And of course the bed, and the bed I will integrate with the work that I'm planning on the ceiling, which is going to be obviously slightly lower. It will come down at least to this level here, to this level, which is like 3 inches. So it's going to lower 3 inches, and then a centre part which will be even lower than that at 6 inches. I have to bend when I get to this part of the. See, right now I've got the camera at eye level, so you can see that actually my head is actually touching here, and will touch in quite a brutal way if I'm not careful. So I'm not really going to lose much in the headroom, and only in this particular part. Over here, headroom is fine. So I've got all my materials certainly for doing the metal stud work, which is that's what's going to be put onto these, so that I can mount the plywood, which you've seen downstairs. So that brings you up to date, and as you can see, it's a work area, so it's not nice and clean and tidy. But when I start cutting these other bigger boards, I'll get some of this stuff tidied up. So thanks for looking in. I'm gradually getting there, but Beth would really like to move back in, so I don't want to end up with a bum's rush through the rest of the work. But I will actually do what I can to get us back home, because that's where this is home. And then I'm looking at possibly doing this ceiling as well, which would change the house tremendously. If we did this ceiling the same way as I'm going to do the ceiling in there, boy, that would be of huge benefit to me. I close off these gaps which go all around the house, as you can see, so bugs have free entry, don't need a visa, they can get in and out anytime they like. So just having that closed off will make a huge difference. I'm also looking at doing this would be much simpler, and this would make a big difference as well to bugs, to mosquitoes, which can eat you alive. So that would be it, and then on through the mess, and get the kitchen done, which, as you can see, we really have to have a massive sort out of. This is out of 30 boxes. There's always bits and pieces that we just simply don't know what to do with, and so we are cluttered. We need to be massively decluttered. That was the idea of doing this now, and doing it so simple, and doing it basically in white, as you can see. But we introduced, that was always my plan, do it in white, and then gradually, as I walk through here and spend time here, even at work, the ideas for colour, which I wanted to be quite subtle, based on just 4 colours. So there's the basic colour of white, obviously, then there's a dark colour, and then there's this light colour. That's 3 colours, and then green. And green, my desk is done mainly in green with some little highlights to follow. And Beth's desk is done in that darker colour. And I may do some touching up here, may fill in part in colour. Some of the shelves, not quite sure. Maybe just do the back there in that colour, not quite. I haven't made up my mind yet. So we're getting there. Inside our little dining nook is really what we're looking at there, is painting the table. Not completely, but to fit in with the other colours that are there and the other designs. We've got those little character motifs there, and I'll vary the colour on those the same way that I've done over here, layering in different shades, and as I've done there to match. So still got the other detail work coming in here and doing this in green on all of the pillars. Got one pillar there, look, there's a pillar on each side of the dining nook, and then we've got 2 more pillars here, and they'll all have to be done down in the centre part for the green. Then I've got some sanding up to do, and just a final coat, which shouldn't take long. So excited to think that we could be looking at moving in soon. I do, while I was on, I should have mentioned that what I'll do here is I'll cut a piece of ply to fit that bench. I'll cut a piece of ply to fit the bench, then on both sides, and then I'll buy some 1 inch or possibly 2 inch, maybe that would be too much, 2 inch foam to fit that piece of ply, and then it'll be a fairly simple upholstering job. So that can be done, and we have all the cushions and everything for the couch, so that's done. Have an upholstery job to do there. I have a nice leather cushion for that already made. As you can see, that's the worse for wear for. I always intended to do this again because it's in black, it makes that like a black hole. So it needs to be done in a lighter colour which will reflect the light. So that's my day ahead. Mostly just paneling and battling the heat, I think. Okay, thanks for looking in, thanks for your interest. And I'll be back. Well, I'll still be here. You'll be back. And bye for now. Oh, before I go, don't forget that every night we're trying to make it so that we do get to it by 10 o'clock, but we're doing a live stream. So do look in, be on the lookout for us. Our live stream at 10 o'clock, but certainly after 10 we will be there doing a live stream. Hope those of you who have managed to find us on that live stream, hope that you've enjoyed the topics that we've covered. We've had some good, lively, interesting discussions. It's been real fun. We've enjoyed it very much. So, bye for now. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Bye.